Hey everyone, today I'd like to show you how to filter the data in the dataset, and then I'm gonna copy the filtered data into the second sheet. So I got two sheets, which is sheet number 1 and sheet number 2, which is still blank here. And I'm gonna paste the copied data here in sheet number 2, and I'm gonna use a macro to execute the filtering of data and then copying it to the second sheet. I'm gonna filter the data by having a condition of here in the second column, which is the quantity. I'm gonna copy the data based on condition that the data that I'm gonna copy in terms of quantity should be greater than 75. So if this is greater than 75, then I'm gonna copy it to the second sheet. But I'm gonna copy all the three columns, which comprise of product, quantity, and product type. And the second condition I'm gonna have is I'm gonna copy the data or the product which is having which is fruit. The category is the fruit. So I'm gonna leave behind the vegetable, only the product which is fruit that I'm gonna filter, and I'm gonna copy to the second sheet. So in order for me to be able to do this, I'm gonna open the VB editor where I'm gonna write the macro. I'm gonna press Alt plus F11. I already have the module 1, so I'm gonna write the macro sub. I'm gonna name it filter data using macro. So that would be the name of my macro. And then I'm gonna declare three variables. The first one is dim worksheet number 1, WS1 as worksheet. Then the second variable would be WS number 2, worksheet number 2 as worksheet. And the last variable I'm gonna declare is the last row. So it's gonna be dim last row as long. Then I'm gonna set the two worksheets, worksheet number 1, worksheet number 2. So I'm gonna set them. WAS1 equals this workbook. That sheets. And then we got two worksheets, sheet number 1 and sheet number 2. So first is sheet 1, and then I'm gonna copy this, Control C, then Control V to paste. Then I'm gonna change this one to 2, worksheet number 2, and then the sheet number 1 I'm gonna change that to 2 as well, and that's it. So right, the next thing is I'm gonna clear the previous filter. If the worksheet is already filtered before, then I'm gonna clear that filter. So WS1, dot AutoFilter mode, AutoFilter mode, right here, tab equals false. Okay, meaning no AutoFilter mode. Okay, then I'm gonna filter the data. So I'm gonna use the last variable, which is last row. This is counting the row, the 3 rows, because I'm gonna filter, okay, the 2 rows, and then but the 3 rows should be pasted in the second row, including the headers. Okay, so I'm gonna filter the data. So I'm gonna start by using the third variable, which is last row, and then WS1, then WS1 cells, then open parenthesis, then WS1 again, dot. Okay, this is now, we are now counting the rows, so it should be rows dot count, then comma. It should always be comma after the count, and then the column that where we're gonna count, which is the product. Okay, the product is the column 1, and then again I'm gonna count from the end, that end of the row or end of the column. Okay, the last row, and then Excel up. Okay, I'm gonna count it up, and then Excel up, and then that row. Right, so the first row that will be counted is the last row, which is a non-empty row. Okay, because we are only counting the rows that are the cells that are occupied. So that's how it works, right? And then okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the WS1 again, and then that range, we're gonna get the range of this. There are only 3 columns, which is A, B, and C. So I'm gonna start by A1. So I'm gonna copy, or gonna filter and copy, start from row number 1, which is A1, and then the 3 columns, which is C. So I'm not gonna write the number of the row, because I want this infinite, okay, up to the bottom. As long as you have the last row with non-empty cells, then that would be counted. So that would be quotation mark, then ampersand, then last row, this variable. Okay, so that would be last row, and then I'm gonna close this, then I'm gonna dot, then AutoFilter. Okay, we're gonna use the filtering, auto-filtering, then the field colon equals number 2, field number 2. Okay, there are only 2 columns that we're gonna filter, which is the which we're gonna have the condition. The second column, which is the quantity, the numbers, and the condition would be greater than 75. Okay, and on the third column would be the fruit category, or rather the product category, which is the fruit. Okay, so I got the field number 2, then criteria 1. Okay, criteria 1 again, colon equal sign, then okay, now we're gonna put our condition, which is greater than 75. Okay, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a quotation mark here, so this will be captured, right? Then enter, then again WS1, that range. Okay, so again the range. So what I'm gonna do is, to make it faster, I'm just gonna copy this. Okay, I'm just gonna copy, Control C, and then Control V, right? So we got it. So another range, and the only thing that I'm gonna change in this is the criteria. So in this criteria, remember the third column, the the criteria, the product type. I'm only gonna filter the fruit. So I'm gonna filter the second one on field, and this one also will be changed. This should be field number 3. This is the third column, and in the second column, field 2 criteria 1 is 75, right? And another criteria for the third column is the fruit type, or rather the product type. Okay, that's it. Okay, simple as that. Then I'm gonna copy now, because I already filtered it. I'm gonna copy the filtered data to sheet number 2 by WS again, WS1. Okay, WS1 dot range. Okay, so already know the range, right? The range is A1 colon then C, because all the way down, as long as there is not an empty cell, then it will be counted. So that's why we did not put row after the column C, row number rather. Then the variable last row, right? So last row, I'm gonna close it. Okay, then I'm gonna use that special cells. This is a function I'm gonna use special cells for us to be able to copy, and we're gonna use Excel again. Excel cell type, Excel something like this, type visible. Alright, then close it, dot copy. So I'm gonna copying it, the filter data. I'm gonna copy what? I'm gonna copy W2, WS2. Okay, I'm gonna copy it in a range. I'm gonna copy it in A1. I'm gonna copy it in A1. Alright, then I'm gonna close it. Alright, okay, again I'm gonna clear the filter. Okay, WS, just in case when I need it to copy again. Okay, another data, another group of data, filter. So this filter mode tab, then equals false tab. Alright, then in sub. That's it. It's not very complicated coding in VBA. So I'm gonna go back to Excel. Okay, I got the list of products here. Okay, composed of vegetables and fruits with quantity, but in my condition I said greater than 75. So of course this will not be included because this is 75, only greater than 75. Okay, so if you go to the sheet number 2, nothing, empty. So I'm gonna open the macro Alt F8. I'm gonna run this now. Run this. Only having one macro, so I'm gonna run it. There you have it. Okay, only fruit are filtered and copied here, and also in the first criteria is greater than 75, so only greater than 75 numbers are copied here. So that's it for today's exercise. Thank you very much, and see you again in the next one.